In the last 2-3 days, we've bid farewell to lots of legends in this FIFA World Cup. To be fair, throughout the entire competition, the entire generation of legends has bid farewell to us. It started with Manuel Neuer, then Ochoa, Luka Modric, and came Neymar Jr., saying farewell to the Brazilian national team. Day before yesterday, Cristiano Ronaldo hung his boots for Portuguese national team. And yesterday's match, we thought for a moment there was a time where everyone all around the world, regardless of who they supported, had one question: what if this is Lionel Messi's last match for Argentina? Thankfully, that was not the case, and Argentina made an epic comeback. But we still had that one feeling that what if we lose all three of the greatest legends in a span of 48 hours? Messi, Neymar, and Cristiano Ronaldo have changed the game, and they're legends to such a level that they're not just one of the best players of their generation, they're one of the best players ever to play this beautiful game. And after saying goodbye to two of them, when you almost thought that you lost the third one, the last one, the only one remaining in this competition, it would have been very devastating. Fortunately, that was not the case. And let's decode how the matches went. First, we'll talk about the Argentina versus Egypt match, and then we'll be talking about the Portuguese team, how they fumbled their game against Spain. So let's begin. Let's start with the Argentina-Egypt match. And my oh my, what a match that was. Lionel Scaloni started the game without any wingers. So this time Argentina, this World Cup, they're playing a bit more centrally. There's not going to be any more wingers anywhere. You have your back four, then your midfield four, and then you have two in the front, including Lionel Messi. So this was a tweak in the system. They tried making it work, but the problem was that Egypt had made an early goal at 15 minutes by Ibrahim. The early goal really put Egypt in the lead, and they no longer had to chase the ball. They no longer had to do any of the tasks, which really thwarted Argentina's plans, because after the 15th minute, after scoring of the first goal, all Egypt had to do was sit back and just let Argentina attack them and defend for their lives. They were pretty successful in the first half. They defended, they thwarted off every Argentina effort of attacking. But after that, in the second half, things began to get interesting, because Argentina was so focused on attacking that it left some spaces open, which were really exploited by Egypt. Egypt has got great sets of runners like Zico, Salah, Ashur, Hassan, all of them good runners. So they were exploiting that space, and they were playing a park the bus with a counter-attack football, classic way to preserve your lead when you are definitely outmatched by your opponent in the terms of technicalities and abilities. What you do is park the bus and play for a counter-attack. So that is what happened. Argentina left the lines way too open. First time there was a counter-attack, there was a goal, but fortunately for Argentina, it was a foul on Lisandro Martinez, which is why the goal was disallowed. And regardless of what people say, if you've seen it, it was a foul because the Egyptian player stepped on Lisandro Martinez's foot. So stepping over somebody else is a foul, is considered a big foul, which is why the goal was disallowed, because the goal was in direct consequence of that foul. So that was done. But however, second time also, when they tried the counter attack, this time Egypt really held on. They made their run beautifully. There was no offside, there was no foul, and on the counter attack, Egyptians just ran off with the ball and scored the goal. They made it 2-0, and at the point of 2-0, you would think that maybe it's going to begin to crumble down. Maybe this is really starting to get over for Argentina and for Lionel Messi. It might just have been. However, Team Argentina said, not today. One thing I'll tell you about this Argentinian national team, that whatever they may lack, certainly they do not lack a fighting spirit. They have fought their way throughout the entire 90 minutes. In every match you check them, they do not have the They have no backing down. They absolutely do not back down. They do not accept defeat. It's never over until it's over. They fight and fight and fight. They give everything they have, which is why a lot of times you've seen them make those beautiful plays that they do until the very last minute. And yesterday they did the same. A beautiful comeback by Argentina because of the relentless fight that they put in. They put their heart and soul, and they just work and they never give up. That is what the formula was. Argentina tried to break down the defense, the park the bus. You can only do it by creative breaking down and constant attacks. That is the only strategy you had to do. And to do that, a lot of players were thrown in the box. You began spamming crosses. You began putting the through balls from your center backs, trying to break line breaking passes. Everything was they tried. However, it was not working. And then comes the little tweaks to the system. Lionel Messi, back from camp, he went on to his OG right wing position, and when he reached the right wing position, you see him putting those crosses, and he put the cross in the box, which was taken by Romero. Romero took a beautiful header at almost point blank range and converted and made it 2-1. Lionel Messi, watching him at right wing, just reminds you of the good old days. So that's what he did. He went on the right wing. He began dominating the game from there, began pulling players towards him on the right wing, began stretching the Egyptian line of defense, and then puts a beautiful cross, which Romero heads in for the goal. That's 2-1. And then at the second goal, again, you see from the left side, from the left wing, a cross comes in, the ball is in the box, a lot of bodies are thrown. 3-4 Argentinian players, you see, around the ball trying to get themselves, and then out of nowhere Messi comes, beautiful lightning strike, makes it a goal, 2-2, and it's game on for Argentina. And after that, it was a matter of time. Once Argentina reaches the 2-2, you knew it was a matter of time before they get the third goal. The third goal was again beautifully scored. Lionel Scaloni, he's one of the greatest managers ever because he knows how to make tweaks to his system. He made beautiful tweaks to his system. What he did was he brought in Lautaro Martinez. Every time he makes substitutions, they mean something. They really work for him. Even back during the last Copa America finals, he brought in Lautaro Martinez, who ended up scoring the winning goal against Colombia, which gave Argentina their second Copa America. Same thing here. He brings in Lautaro Martinez, who gives a beautiful cross to Enzo Fernandez, who heads it in for third goal, and it was a game seal match. Argentina brings out victory from the claws of defeat. We all thought Messi was going home, but no, he has got it. He still has got it. But the only thing that proves in this game is this time the Argentinian national team is a bit dependent on Messi. If Messi does not perform, Argentina does not perform. This was not the case in 2022 when they tried to build around Messi, but every other player was contributing and giving something or the other, in terms of the attack at least. So in terms of defense, Argentina is still there. In terms of midfield, Argentina is still there. That they give their lives. They have beautiful plays. And Argentina is a team of moments. The players are players of moments. So some moment, somebody will step up, do the heroics. Like in this match, this was Paredes. Egypt were once again on a counter-attack, and that block made by Paredes was a game-changing block. If it would have been 3 goals for Egypt, it would have been over for Argentina. But that block by Paredes ensured that Argentina stayed in this game and they saw it through. So that way, yes. But attack-wise, Argentina is still very much reliant on Lionel Messi. They do not perform really well if Messi is not performing well, which you can see, which is going to be a big issue, which is why Scaloni needs to come up with something. He has lots of talent on the bench. He has Giuliano Simeone, he has Nico Paz, he has so many other young players. He has Thiago Almada, a lot of other options that he can try out. These are younger players, especially Simeone and Paz are very promising youngsters. They can be tried out. something they can bring which is new to this team. But otherwise, also they played nice. It just they have to reduce the dependency on Messi, because the one day Messi does not work, the magic is over for Argentina. Coming to the match of Spain versus Portugal, the Portuguese national team really tried to play the match the way Spain plays the match, like sideway passes, back passes, taking the possession of the ball. This time, the Portugal formula was just copy what formula Spain has. You know Spain, you know they're possessive of the ball. You know they will keep sideway passing until they break down your defense. They find that one moment throughout the entire match, on the 80th minute, 85th minute, or maybe even 90th minute, Spain will continuously play sideways passes. They'll try to probe your defense. They'll try to check chinks in your armor. They'll try to see if there is any gap forming. And the moment they see, then they'll score the goal. Whether it comes in the first half, second half, or maybe in the last kick of the game, it doesn't matter to Spain. They like keeping the possession. They like just 1-0 victory is the best victory for Spain. So that is what they did here. Was this plan. Maybe I think Portugal was trying to follow the same plan. I mean, but the caliber of players you have on your left wing, you have Rafael Leao. He's very explosive. He knows how to do take-ons. He can dribble. He can cross. He can score. He can cut inside. He's a really creative player. On the right side, you have Pedro Neto, or maybe you could have also played Bernardo Silva on the right wing, to be very honest. Both of the players give you insane work rate. Right back, you have Joao Cancelo, who loves to overlap, who loves his crosses. Even he can cut in, he can score. Same way on Nuno Mendes. Beautiful on the defense, beautiful on the offense. All around, great player. Then you have Renato Veiga, Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is one of the strongest rock of your defense line. In midfield, you have the back-to-back Champions League winning midfield from PSG, Vitinha and Joao Neves. And along with that, Premier League's biggest and the best midfielder of the year, Bruno Fernandes. And on top of that, you have your striker as Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, what can go wrong? Everything. If you have this kind of ability, this kind of firepower in your team, you have everything that a manager can ask for. How do you still fumble this? How do you still fumble such an important game? Imagine, I give you a bazooka, but you're still trying to bang somebody by knocking him on his head with this bazooka. Then what are you trying to do, man? What are you trying to do? I give you a gun in a knife fight, and you're still trying to throw that gun at somebody's face. You're not shooting it. This is the kind of play that Portuguese manager Martinez was trying to play. What was this kind? Portugal tried to play as if they were Spain. Like I said, they're not Spain. You don't do back passes. You don't do sideway passes. You use your strength. Your strength is that you have a great attacking firepower. Bring in Bruno Fernandes. Put him in the box. Make him a fox in the hole. Let Bruno make those runs in the defense. Let him break those lines. Let Rafael Leao dribble his way past everyone. Imagine Rafael Leao dribbling his way, cutting inside with Nuno Mendes overlapping from left. You have Pedro Neto, again on the right. He's running everywhere with Joao Cancelo overlapping him. You have Bruno Fernandes trying to break the lines. He's trying to get himself inside the box. And Ronaldo always, he's one of the greatest strikers, so he has a great box presence. He is there at the box with Bruno Fernandes. You have 6 players in the final third already, and behind them immediately you see Vitinha and Joao Neves to give those line-breaking passes. This is the kind of attack you need to have, overlapping and enveloping them from every side possible, getting them from every corner possible. This is the kind of attack you need to have, because you have great defenders. Nuno Mendes has great track back speed, so does Joao Cancelo, and behind them Ruben Diaz and Renato Veiga are there. Your defense would have held. All you had to do was make sure that you use your players correctly and bring them in an offending manner. The first half still, I think Portugal played better. The first half, they still had a lot of shots coming in. It's the second half when things really slowed down and the back passes still continued. And like I said, Spain loves to make you suffer. Spain really did make them suffer. And in the end, when De La Fuente made those substitutions, brought in Mikel Merino and Ferran Torres with the fresh legs, they really exploited the gap in the line that formed at the 90th minute of the game. A tired Portugal against fresh legs. Ferran Torres gives that line breaking pass to Mikel Merino, who scores it on the first touch. And that's it, 1-0 against Spain. Portuguese were down by 1 goal, and despite that, again, after the first goal, I thought, you have 6 minutes remaining, you are behind by 1 goal, at least now show me the hunger. But especially the one thing that was lacking was the hunger. Even after being down 1-0, you're still back passing, you're still sideway passing, you're not carrying the ball in, you're not running, there's no attack. Just throw bodies in the box, just throw. If you want to spam crosses, if you want to cut inside, you just throw bodies into the box. That's as simple as it is. But alas, it did not work out for Portugal, who have been knocked out of the game. And yeah, that's my analysis so far. We got to say goodbye to lots of legends in this World Cup, but so far one Lionel Messi has still made it. He's still out there, the last one remaining of the older generation. Let's see where this journey takes us.